They say the lion doesn't need to roar to prove its strength. But in the Mahabharata, that silent power roared through the deeds of heroes who fought for justice. In the grand tapestry of Indian mythology, the lion transcends its role as a mere symbol of raw power. It stands as a profound emblem of courage, unyielding nobility, and the very essence of divine authority within the sprawling epic narrative of the Mahabharata. This majestic image of the lion appears not only in vivid metaphors and poetic similes, but is deeply woven into the spirit of the warriors who embody Dharma, the sacred and eternal path of righteousness. These heroes, in their actions and their principles, carry the heart of the lion, a heart that beats for justice, truth, and the protection of the innocent. Their stories are not just tales of battle, but lessons on how true strength is measured not by the force of a blow, but by the integrity of the soul. The lion, in this context, becomes a teacher, a guide, and a mirror reflecting the highest ideals of human potential. The lion serves as the ultimate symbol of heroism, a benchmark against which the valor of the greatest warriors is measured. Throughout the rich and complex verses of the Mahabharata, legendary heroes like the mighty Bhima, the peerless archer Arjuna, and even the divine charioteer Krishna himself are frequently and reverently compared to lions. They are described as fearless in the face of overwhelming odds, relentless in their pursuit of justice, and majestic in their daring, even amidst the chaos and carnage of war. When the powerful Bhima, with his mace held high, finally confronted the arrogant and tyrannical Duryodhana in their climactic duel, the narrator's voice rings with admiration, calling him the lion among men. This comparison was not a mere flourish of language. It was a testament to Bhima's character. His colossal strength, much like the lion's, was never wielded for senseless cruelty or personal gain. Instead, it was a force of nature dedicated to a higher purpose, to defend the weak, to shield the righteous, and to restore the delicate balance of the cosmos that had been so grievously disturbed by greed and injustice. The lion's spirit in these heroes was a beacon of hope, a promise that even in the darkest of times, courage would rise to challenge tyranny. However, in the profound philosophy of the Mahabharata, physical strength alone means nothing if it is not guided by a moral compass and a clear purpose. The lion's roar, in this epic, is not just the sound of dominance. It is the resounding voice of truth itself. It is a roar that frightens falsehood, shatters illusions, and sends tremors through the foundations of injustice. This moral strength, this silent roar, found its purest embodiment in the character of Yudhishthira, the eldest of the Pandava brothers and the rightful king. His form of justice was not loud, ostentatious, or enforced through brute force. Instead, it was quiet, patient, and rooted in an unwavering integrity that made him uncheckable, even when faced with deception, exile, and profound loss. He was the true lion of Dharma, whose power was not in his muscles, but in his unwavering commitment to righteousness. His reign was a testament to the idea that true authority comes not from a crown or a throne, but from a conscience that is pure and a will that is dedicated to the well-being of all. Yudhishthira's quiet strength teaches a timeless lesson. The most powerful force in the universe is not a sword, but a steadfast adherence to truth. The great cataclysmic war of Kurukshetra, a battlefield drenched in the blood of innocents, served as the ultimate crucible for every warrior. Here each hero, from the most celebrated general to the humblest foot soldier, faced the same fundamental test of character. Would they fight for the fleeting gains of power, wealth, and ego, or would they stand for the eternal principles of justice, honor, and duty? The lion's courage, as portrayed in the epic, lies not in its capacity for domination or its thirst for conquest, but in its profound sense of restraint. It is the wisdom of knowing when to unleash its full might and, just as importantly, when to stand firm in a powerful, dignified silence. This inner conflict was perfectly illustrated in Arjuna's profound hesitation at the very start of the battle. Seeing his beloved grandsires, teachers, and cousins arrayed against him, his heart was filled with sorrow. and his legendary bow, the Gandiva, slipped from his grasp. This was not a moment of weakness or cowardice, but a moment of deep moral wisdom and empathy. Guided by the divine counsel of his charioteer, Lord Krishna, Arjuna learned one of the most crucial lessons of the Mahabharata, that true heroism is not about acting out of rage, hatred, or ambition. It is about acting with clarity, selflessness, and a deep-rooted commitment to righteousness, even when the personal cost is immeasurable. His decision to fight was not born of anger, but of a painful acceptance of his sacred duty. The legacy of the lion, as immortalized in the Mahabharata, continues to resonate through the ages, its image serving as a powerful and enduring source of inspiration. It teaches a lesson that is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago, that true, lasting power is ultimately moral, not just physical or material. A kingdom built on injustice will crumble, but a life built on integrity will endure. Even after the Great War had concluded, and the fields of Kurukshetra fell silent, the profound lessons of the lion lived on in the hearts of the survivors and in the verses of the epic itself. These lessons are a timeless inheritance for all of humanity. Justice, we are taught, must be actively protected and fiercely defended, especially when the world around us chooses to remain silent in the face of wrongdoing. Courage must be shown, not just in the heat of battle, but in the quiet, everyday choices we make, even when the path forward is uncertain and fraught with peril. The lion's spirit is a call to action, a reminder that we all have a role to play in upholding Dharma. The lion reminds us, heroism is not in how loud we roar, but in how deeply we live our truth. Like the heroes of the Mahabharata, may we all find the courage to defend justice with strength, with heart, and with silence when needed.